So in this video, we're going to create something like this. So we can have a sort of Silent Hill style camera spot at one spot. Text appears on the screen with typewriter. We can change the text on the fly here. And we can also have a Boolean that will either show the player or hide the player. So let's get started. I'm using a third person template for this. And I'm going to create a new folder called, no, I pressed the wrong thing. I'm going to create a new folder called look at. In here, I'm going to create another folder called widget, just to keep things nice and apart. And in here, let's see, widget blueprint, WPP text on screen. So next thing, we're going to make a blueprint class of an actor. I'm going to call this the look at object. That should be fine. Let's build a little object we can look at. We're going to add a static mesh. Let's give it a mesh. What do I have in here? Do I have a pillar? Let's just use a pillar. We'll use this to look at. So then we need a box collision. So the player will have something to go into and then the event will happen once we press the button. We're just going to make this say 100 by 100. Quite a big box. Or maybe 200. There we go. Next is going to be a camera. And this is going to be the camera we are going to look at. It's going to be looking at the object when we interact. So let's just put this like this for now. And that should be fine. So box, we're going to on component begin overlap. And we need begin end overlap. On begin, we're going to equals on the other actor and do player character like this. Then we're going to do a branch here, and we're going to copy this down to this part here, just so in case any NPCs walk into the area, we don't want them to be able to like end the event or anything. Right. So once we've got this, we're going to, if it's true, we're going to enable input, and the player controller is going to be player controller. And this is going to mean that if we press a button while in this area, it will actually fire on this actor. So we've enabled it here. We need to disable input here. And just make sure player controller goes to player controller there. Like so. Okay. Now we have that. What we're going to do is we are going to create a new variable with BVP underscore text on screen. And this is going to be the on screen text widget. We also need a text because we're going to display some text. So text to display. And a Boolean, which is going to be hide player question mark. Yes. And we're going to make these instance editable, so we can just drag this into the world and we can change the way it, what text it displays and if it's going to hide the player here. Okay, so we're going to do keyboard E here. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the on-screen text widget, right click and convert to validated get. This is going to check that is this actually on screen or is there anything going on here? If it is, do one thing. If it's not, do another. So if it is valid, Then we're going to make a function. So we're going to call this check widget state. And then we're just going to plop that in there for now and come back to that later when we need to do the widget stuff. If it's not valid, what we're going to do then is we are going to do a branch and we're going to check if we're going to hide the player. If it's true, we're going to set actor hidden in game, and the target will be get player character like this, and click new hidden here. If it's false, we're going to set view target with we get player controller, and then we set view target with blend. Pop that into false, and we're also going to connect the executable here into this, like so. The new view target is going to be self, and then we are going to create the widget. Create widget. That is going to be the text on screen. We're going to promote this by using the set like this that we already made. Then we're going to add to viewport like this. So now we can do some widget work. And in here, we're going to have a canvas panel and a text block here, which is going to be a variable, and it's anchored, so hold Control and Shift to the bottom and size to content. It's going to look like that at the bottom of the screen. So in the graph, this is where we're going to do our typewriter code for the text. We need a few variables. The first one is going to be a text, and that is going to be called full text, which needs to be instance editable and exposed on spawn. Next is going to be the current text. Then we need the current text index, which will be an integer. We need a Boolean, which is called B, the Boolean, skip type writer. Then we need a float, which will be the text write time, and one more Boolean, which will be displaying text question mark. On event construct, we're going to create a we're going to first create the event, a custom event, update type write text. Then we can, on event construct, we can call it this. So we're going to branch, and we're going to check to see if the current index text is less than the length of the full text. So length, we need to convert this to a string, and then we can do length. So we're checking to see if there's any more text left to display, basically. If it's false, we're going to set skip typewriter to true. What this does is it just means that if you have already seen the text on the screen and you press the button again, it will close the widget. If it's true, we do a delay of the text write time. For mine, I found a text write time of 0.05 for each letter, works nicely. And then we need another custom event, which is called continue type writer effect. On this one, we're going to do a branch, and we're going to say, is the skip type rater true? If it is true, we do another custom called skip type rater effect, like this. If it's false, we're going to set the current text. Oops. We're going to set the current text, and we're going to get the full text, convert it to a string. We're going to get the substring, and then we're going to get the current text index plus 1, this, and then we're going to convert it back into text. So basically we're going to see where we are in the text, and then we're going to get the next letter and add it to the current string, current text. Then we grab the current text index and plus, no, we want this, we want increment. So it's increment int. And then update typewriter text like this. So skip typewriter effect, we are just going to skip the typewriter, set that to true. And then we are going to set the current text to the full text like this. So that should be all for this. So when we go back to look at object, now we have this full text, and we can just put text to display in here like this. Next, we want to do the widget state. So now we're going to check, we're going to do a branch, and we're going to check if the on text screen widget, if skip typewriter is set or not. If it's true, we're going to remove from parent. We're going to remove from parent. Oh, okay, we're going to do it from here. Remove from parent the widget. Then we're going to set the widget to nothing. So we're going to clear the reference. Then we're going to get the player character. And no matter what, if the player is invisible or not, we're just going to set actor hidden in game back to not hidden. Yep. Then we're going to grab the player character, and we're going to set view target with blend, and then get player controller like this. So we're going to set that back the player, and then we can return. If it's skip type rater is false, we can just do skip type. Oh, we can grab another copy of this, skip type rater effect, and then also return. If we try this now, we go up, we press E, and then we see text block. So that's returning back to the player isn't gone correctly, so we'll fix that. So the first thing, I forgot to add text, so hello, how are you? And then we can hide the player. So if I try this now, it's just, oh, one thing in the designer, the text block we use here, content, we can click this link and do current text. So if we try it now, it didn't work. So a couple of things I forgot to do. We want an and here, and we can plug that in to the, on this, we want to get the skip type rater and just say not Boolean like this. Also add continue type rater effect here. So let's have a look at this. Here we go. but it's not doing it. I go to designer, make sure that that is current text. And then we try now. There we go. We have the text showing up. Hello, how are you? But we're not going to the correct spot on the player. So I found the issue. I accidentally used play controller here twice. The new view target should actually be the player character here. If we try it now, we run up. Hello, how are you? We press the button and we are back to our normal selves. If we then do hello, I cannot see you, and hide the player. We try it now. The player is no longer there. So what we could do is you can basically take this, your looker object, and you can just, you have a view of the camera here. If you click on it, and you can move it around. If you want something like that, and then if we play, oh, there we go. The only other thing you would probably do is when you go into this area, you can lock the character so they can't move, and then unlock them once it's no longer on the screen. So you could do that here. You could lock the movement, and then when you come in back in here and you reset the remove from parent and set the character back, then you unlock the movement here. So I hope you found this useful. If you've got any suggestions for things you want to see, please leave a comment. I have a Patreon if you want to support me, and I have a Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll see you in the next video.